You know, often what you do outside of the gym matters so much more than what you do inside of it. And that's what we're diving into in today's episode. So strap in, get ready for episode 158. Let's go.
I've always been that skinny guy.
Why can't I gain muscle mass?
What do I do in the gym?
They said I'd always be skinny.
This is your complete source for how to gain lean muscle and break out of your skinny body. From nutrition to getting the most out of your workouts and everything in between. We know just how frustrating gaining muscle mass can be, but don't worry, we've got you covered. You're listening to the Bones to Bulk podcast.
Hey, welcome to today's episode. My name is Brian Parody. I will be your host today. And before we dive in, if you are looking to really take your fitness to the next level, like you've been maybe kind of hitting and missing and just aren't really sure where to go, I do offer personal online one-on-one training. I sit down with you over a Zoom call and we discuss your likes, dislikes, what equipment you have on hand, and then I customize a meal plan and workout plan for you specifically. And then I meet with you for 8 weeks after that and we discuss the journey together, and I teach you how to build upon it and really take strides for yourself and really learn what fitness is all about. So if you're interested in that, there's more information on that at my website, bonestobulk.com. You'll see it right there on the home page, the one-on-one training. All right, let's dive in. So, we talk a lot about what to do inside the gym, and often we don't talk about all the hours outside the gym, because let's face it, the gym is a very small part of our workout regimen, if you would. We go in, we work out maybe an hour, maybe a little over, and then we're done. We don't have to think about it the rest of the day. We just go on about our day. And while that's not a bad thing or anything, we've got to also focus on all the external things that face us throughout the day. And I'm not talking about nutrition, although that is a huge one, but I'm not talking about just the nutrition part today. I'm talking about other external factors. For instance, how much water are you drinking a day? Our bodies are made up mostly of water, and there's so many different things that water affects, from our mental health to our, brain's ability to function properly, our muscles' ability to contract and work how they should. Because if you're working out and your muscles are dehydrated, think about it, your muscles are mostly water. So in order to operate completely how they should, they need to be properly hydrated. If they're dehydrated, they're going to shrink. They're not going to be able to stretch and contract like they should, which is going to result in not as good of workout for you. So just something like that, like water intake, is so crucial to your development and muscle growth on a day in, day out basis. So are you drinking enough water? Do you carry around a water container with you? Right now, as I'm recording this, my blender bottle is sitting next to me, and find something you like that holds water, keep it with you at all times, and continually fill it up. I recommend a minimum of 72 ounces a day. Ideally, if you can get more in, that's great, but a minimum of 72 ounces a day. All right, another external factor that plays a massive role is sleep. We need sleep. Our bodies recover during sleep. Our muscles do the most amount of repair while we sleep. And so we're really doing ourselves a disservice if we're not prioritizing our sleep and really focusing on making it a priority. You make it a priority to eat right and to get to the gym and train. You should be making it a priority to get the correct amount of sleep every night. And as far as the correct amount of sleep, it's going to differ for everybody. No two people are alike, but you really want to aim for, my suggestion is, because ideally you need to space your sleep up into hour-and-a-half increments. So you need to either, I think, pick 6 hours or 7.5 hours for your length of sleep and stick to that. If that means foregoing your favorite show or not binging on Netflix or turning off the video game earlier so that you can get in bed so that you can be up to work out, then do that. Make sleep a priority. And oftentimes people say, well, I have such a hard time falling asleep. Often that's because we're so stimulated. We're in front of screens and all the blue light and all those affect our brain and its ability to calm down. So, 30 minutes before bed, turn off all electronics. Don't look at your phone. Don't look at a TV screen, a tablet screen, a laptop. Turn it all off and take 30 minutes to do either some deep breathing or some yoga or some meditation or read a book. If you like tea, drink a cup of hot tea, or if not, just drink some water. Settle down. it's so important to do that to really get our minds in a state where they can sleep. And especially if you have trouble falling asleep, give this a go for about a week. And I'm telling you, you will start falling asleep easier. Also, stick to your routine. Now, I'm not saying you can't sleep in on days off, but still try to keep your sleep length to around the same time. So for example, let's say, on Friday night, you're going to stay up late. Okay, cool. Still try to get in that 6 hours or 7.5 hours of sleep. So, maybe during the week you're going to bed at 9 and getting up at 4:30. Well, just kind of change it around. So on the weekend, if you're going to bed at, let's say 1 a.m., then still get that 7.5 and be up by 8:30. Don't, sleep. I'm not saying you can't sleep in, obviously, but don't sleep past the time you usually do. That's just going to help your body stay on track, stay on that routine so that it'll carry on and build those healthy habits. Another side we don't talk about is our mental health. And our mental health plays, such a crucial role in being able to continue in the physical journey because it's such a mental battle. So what does it look like to really take care of ourselves mentally? Our thoughts can really be disastrous to us if we let them. We can be hard on ourselves or get down on ourselves and really just not take care of ourselves in the way we need to. So do something you enjoy every day, even if it's for 10 minutes, whether it's reading a book or drawing or going for a walk or painting or woodworking or axe throwing or I don't know, whatever your thing is. Take time out of each day, even if it's just 5-10 minutes of doing something related to that. Maybe you're just reading about it and studying some more about it, or maybe you're implementing some of the things you've learned, but really focus on making it more of a priority because you've got to take care of your mental health. And that also includes listening to things that stretch you and that build you up. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with fiction. It's great to read some fiction sometimes just to kind of lose yourselves, but be reading some self-development type books that challenge your thinking and teach you about leadership and growth mindset and maybe budgeting and money aspects, or just to become a more well-rounded person. Because as you grow physically, your mind needs to be growing as well. It needs to be expanding. It needs to be learning new things about the capability of pushing yourself and staying motivated and really honing in on all different kinds of qualities. You want to be well-rounded. So don't ignore that side. I know for me, I don't have a lot of time to read, so I love audiobooks, and I'm always listening to audiobooks. There's so many good ones out there, and you don't have to pay money for this. I don't pay money for my audiobooks. So get a library card first off. Then they have apps now, and you just sign into the app using your library card, and you can literally download any audiobook they have available directly to your phone. I don't have to go to the library. I don't have to do nothing. I pull up the app, I find what looks interesting, I can search by genre, and I can listen to it whenever I have time, whether I'm at the gym working out or whether I'm commuting or just doing stuff around the house, whatever it is, I have that available to listen to. So be constantly filling your mind with things, because our minds are, if we're not filling it with something, it's going to be usually filled with worry and doubt and fear and all this crap that our mind just likes to tell ourselves. And you know what I'm talking about. So really hone in on that aspect. And just a couple other small tidbits that I will throw out is, getting up and walking around, and I'm bad at this, I'll admit it, but because I will get so focused on my work, but getting up once an hour and just walking around a little bit, even if you go to the water fountain or to go fill up your coffee, get up and move. Some movement every hour is so great. And if you have the option, maybe on your lunch break, maybe if you're making some phone calls, some work calls, walk around while you're doing it. Don't just sit still. Put in an earpiece and walk around, get some exercises while you're talking, kill two birds with one stone. Any movement is good that we can get. If you have the option to, stand up at your desk, do that. You don't have to stand the whole day, but maybe, 5 minutes out of every hour or 20 minutes out of the day or something, any little bit helps, and compounded over time is going to have a huge effect. So don't ignore the little things. Don't ignore the small things for your mental sanity and health, because it's so important. All the little things combined that we do outside of the gym make us stronger in the gym. Being better rounded mentally and hydrating and sleeping well, all that stuff will get us to our goal faster and more efficiently. So don't ignore those things. All right, thank you so much for listening. If you're on any social media platform, please come find us. We are at Bones to Bulk everywhere. You can hit me up on Instagram, Facebook. We have an amazing group of people. Feel free to join that. TikTok, on Pinterest, youtube.com/bones to bulk. I post tons of full workout videos on there. I dive into nutrition on there. Lots of good stuff on the YouTube channel. So if you haven't checked any of those out, please do so. And above all else, remember, no matter what you're going through, what obstacles you're coming up against, you can hit your goals. You've got this.